Welcome to the TNT podcast.
I am T,
I'm TC.
and we are happy to have you today.
Welcome back.
Welcome, Bombshells.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
All of the sparkles and the things. What's up, everybody? What's really going on? I can already feel that my voice is dragging. That
It's that kind of day.
It is. It's
honestly.
so dreary. It's like, hey, how you doing?
It's like today was a good day to be full of naps.
If I was able to do that,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been an amazing day.
Yeah, naps, a little music, a bunch of TV shows, snacks,
A couple of knickknacks,
blankets.
all of the things. I
Yeah.
would have loved that.
Yeah.
It's been like that actually all week. It's been raining.
Yep.
I've been noticing that around the region.
Yeah. Well, April showers.
Yeah, brings May flowers.
Okay. And the
Those
flowers
what
are
you-
beautiful.
They are. Absolutely.
Also, a great time to plant seeds, physically and metaphorically.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, seen and unseen.
Yes. So important.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, Buttercup?
What's going on in your world?
You're looking. Well, I just want to say you're looking lovely in the chocolate of all the things with the gold trim, honey.
You know
gold
what I
on
said?
gold on chocolate.
Either try to look like something because you feel like it's a job. Yes.
Try not to look like what you're going through.
I mean, my goodness. For all of the ladies, the thing that we suffer with on the monthly, it's like, come on. It doesn't it seem like it's progressively getting worse and worse as we're getting older. I don't recall any of these issues when I was younger.
Oh no?
No.
It got worse as you got older?
For me, it did. 1,000%. I've never experienced any of the things, but
what about after you had your daughter?
Nope.
It was still kind of normal.
It was still very much normal. I think it was, but then this is something that we need to talk about, ladies. Honestly, I was on birth control.
Okay, so then that just
you don't know.
Yeah.
You actually have no idea what it's like.
Right.
So once I got off of that,
that's similar to like
welcome.
Quick sidebar. I was thinking the same thing, sort of, when I was thinking about my sexual history. Like, do I know what it's like to make out with somebody or kiss somebody without being inebriated or, on some sort of substance? And let's keep it for real. Just weed or alcohol. That's it. Ain't none other stuff going on. But no. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about it, and I don't think so. Except like maybe early college, like freshman year, I was not drinking or doing anything that year. Maybe even the year after. So since about 2021, I don't think I've had intimate contact with another being without having that
having
alcohol,
some kind of substance in you.
Likely alcohol, and then later on weed, and then both.
That's interesting. Not even when you was in the relationships and it was just a normal Tuesday and I mean, because you've been in a relationship, right?
I'm sure here and there, but
no,
the relationships that I've been in were heavily clouded by marijuana.
So it kind of really has been since like being heavily medicated with marijuana.
Always intoxicated, like not really knowing. Well, and to the purpose of, for me, being less uptight, less scared. Like it loosened me up. Like, what's the word? I'm looking for a word, but just relaxing into the moment.
And you said for the purpose of being, you was looking for a word. She's looking for a word.
Relax. We drink sometimes. Well, I would drink to be social, to not be so shy. Mm-hmm. To be able to feel comfortable. comfortable in my skin.
Okay.
That's what would help me in these situations, and then it just would lead to, so we're all at a party or we're kicking it,
Mm-hmm.
we're smoking, we're drinking, and then you start talking to somebody, and then that leads to, and then because you met that way, that's how you operate.
Okay. But even still, every time, I mean, because
I'm
when
pretty sure it's
when
gonna be, if it's not 100%, it's definitely 92.
I wonder about y'all. Like, take that into consideration. Like, have you ever had intimate moments with whoever your significant other was at the time or is, without being inebriated?
Yeah.
I can. It's probably 2 minutes. I probably had more of the sobers than any drunken moments. Or I don't want to say drunken, but just, you know,
Yeah.
outside in the
Something to think
streets.
about. Something to reflect on.
But yeah, okay,
Yeah.
understood.
But yeah, you
So
were talking about
what's up
your,
with you?
okay, what's up with me is everything. No.
We just went somewhere.
Yeah, listen, I'm highly invigorated and excited because T and I'm TC. We attended the 2026 Cleveland Podcast Summit hosted by who is the
Shout out to you.
featuring the speakers of the Social Proof Podcast hosts, I will say, David Shands and Donnie Wiggins. Now they came to town, y'all, and we had a time. We had
I
a
don't know
time.
if she has went down south to Memphis.
Listen, when I get excited, I get an accent, like a deeper accent.
I feel like I just was on the phone with my auntie. I'm like this. I'm like, wait, I had to look at her like, auntie.
I mean, come on.
Come on.
It was a 2-part. It was actually 3 parts. There was the dinner, the networking dinner. That was a Wednesday. Then we had the full summit day where everybody came. That was on a Thursday. And then Thursday night we had the after party, the kickback, the podcast summit kickback. So lots of wonderful information shared. I'm sure you name one thing that you major takeaway, but my major takeaway is it really opened me up. Like I felt like I was in, speaking of being comfortable in my skin and being myself. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all, I am bad.
I was. No, you're supposed to be on the do not disturb. It's on the do not disturb, and it be always disturbing me. Okay, so yes, I was fully like this. Like, this is me.
Mm-hmm.
This is me, excited. This is me. This is me. This is me. This is also me, right? But this was me. I was on 10. I was on 12. I ain't got time. It ain't even no niggas. Just one. Yeah. It really, like, I felt like it was a breakthrough moment in terms of my being in my skin. This was a space at the podcast summit where I was around people that I did not know, had never met before, besides you and Imani and a couple little people. I mean, not little, other people from dealing in radio and stuff, but mostly strangers. And I felt so comfortable. The vibe was just perfection. Vibes was
vibing,
networking. Yeah. I am not a networker. I'm not a social butterfly. I always wanted to be. And I feel like that's really in me.
I was about to say, I mean, maybe it's with people that you.
Yeah, what I know. When I know you, I know you. But when I don't, like, it has been in the past and for the majority of my living times difficult to come out and feel comfortable, not just to feel comfortable. And I felt very comfortable, and I'm very happy about that. And it has just, it's like, birds in the egg, the chicks, they have a egg tooth. and they use that to break the shell. I broke the shell.
Amazing analogy.
How are you doing?
Same, off the same kind of high. We did great attending the event. The event was nice. All of the things. Definitely just kind of like put you back into the you know, like sometimes like you kind of took a step back from something, and you know, just to kind of maybe either it was intentional or unintentional. Let me say it that way. And then you get back introduced to it in a way. It just kind of opened back up the tenacity of it all, the drive. Excuse me, you know what I had to remind myself, this is what's going on with me, just to catch up. Sometimes you find yourself like tuning certain things out because you already know it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I already know what they talked about. And so you kind of,
right.
you know, kind of exactly, kind of like turn off the listening ear. And I found myself doing that in that room in certain,
for real,
in certain points. That's just my natural thing. But I was catching myself, and you know, like, okay, wait a minute, like, no, like, because you don't have $1 million podcast, so what do you now? Okay. Yeah. So, but you just all of it all, it was just great. I think overall, feeling really, really, I'm feeling really connected with everything. I feel like everything that is happening. And when I say connected, I just mean I'm aware, whether it's a bad thing, good thing, you know, beneficial thing, you know, somebody to completely stay or clear from.
Your antennas are up.
I mean, it is like the spidey senses is like, you know, and so I don't know what that is, but I'm excited to feel it. Sometimes it can be a little annoying, especially when it comes when you're not trying to. It's like,
yeah, when you're not trying to know what, you can't help it.
You can't help it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and that kind of touches back to where we started with you were on birth control.
Oh, the whole birth control of it all. Yeah, masking your actual
condition.
cycle.
And me, I feel like my mask came off with the summit, and maybe a different form of a mask came off for you there in, you know, going into back into learning mode, maybe, or receptive mode. Yeah.
I don't know. That was about 20 years ago. So literally this 20.
No. Just, I'm talking about right now.
Oh, not okay. I'm like 20 years ago when I got off.
No, not the birth control.
Okay.
But how you were just saying, you feel like you're extremely receptive now.
Just
something has come off, so you are like aware, and things are coming in.
I think that even just goes back into what what our topic is kind of going to be about today. But in the circling of it all, what's going on in the world overall, I believe is affecting every single thing. You got to think about it.
It is.
It is a domino effect around the world. No matter how much you don't know nobody over there in Sri Lanka, you get what I'm saying? I get that. But the things that may be happening, the things, as we know, we are in war. When you are understanding that all of these things do affect you, you know,
when bombs are dropping over in Iran, they might not be dropping over here, but we're still getting that reverberation, that vibration is coming over here.
We need to understand that everywhere. Our country, we live in the United States of America. Our country is at war. So that means that at any point, if they wanted to, they could drop bombs over here too.
They could.
They 1000% can. And I think that we kind of forget that. I'm not trying to go into the whole world of it all, but I was just correlating with the fact that the shedding of it all and breaking out Whereas it's like, you know what? I am free as a bird and I am aware and I don't want to go over there and I don't like that. And I don't like you. And you get what I'm saying? It's and you feel okay about it.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. It doesn't disturb your spirit.
Right.
You still are moving on with your day. And I think that's my catch up. Yeah. It's like, honey, move on with the day.
Move on with the day. Moving on.
Moving along.
Well, I mean, I feel like
we need y'all to remember.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yes, please wait a minute. Hold on. We need you guys to like, subscribe,
share this episode, and the whole thing. Leave a comment,
and send us an email.
Send us an email. Por favor, mi amor. Nice.
What she said.
Okay. So yeah, handle your business. And well, let's get into our business.
Yes, absolutely. So Bombshells, today's conversation and topic is going to be about emotional safety.
Emotional safety.
I wonder what does that even mean?
What does it mean? I mean,
what would you say that means? Not even articulate, because somebody said real quick, somebody said the dictionary doesn't define words, people define words.
That's true.
I said, come on now.
Okay.
Period. Ooh, okay.
So, I mean, for me, it's feeling comfortable to be vulnerable, to be my true self, to be my sad self and my happy self. That's what I felt. I can say that's what I felt at the summit. I felt emotionally safe to where I didn't have to think about anything but just what was going on. I wasn't thinking about, well, is she looking at me for this? Is he looking at me? Can they see this? Can they see that? I just felt safe.
Do you think emotional safety shows up differently in different sectors? Because that was a sector where you don't know people, right? It's a social setting, right? Yeah. And so emotional safety, it's pretty vague, right? But it is poking on the points, right? But how would you say emotional safety would show up in a different room?
I mean, well, let's say in a relationship, like a romantic relationship. Yeah. Because depending on the room, a romantic relationship is like
emotional safety. What is that there?
I can say when I don't feel good, did you do something and it affected me negatively? I feel like I don't feel like I need to people please. I feel like I can speak my mind and speak my heart and not have it have like the lion's roar come back at me.
No, understood.
There's still like, it's like, just feeling safe in that regard. Like when I share my emotions, when I'm vulnerable with a partner, emotional safety feels like I can do that without being criticized, without being minimized and downplayed, without being gaslit or manipulated, all of that.
I think, you know what, and that goes into some of the points when we were actually creating the show. We were trying to like frame it on like how we wanted to actually, incorporate the conversation for you guys to be able to make sure that you're, getting something out of it. And it was one thing that it was saying like, not knowing what's fake or not.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was a real thing because that's also too what prevents you from being vulnerable.
Yeah.
I don't have emotional safety there.
Trust.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, so going into a room as we just left out of the Cleveland Podcast Summit, maybe let's just think about it on the reverse side, going into the room and thinking everybody is fake and lying. Right. Sitting there in the midst of the, you get what I'm saying? Sitting in the midst of the whole conversation and like, y'all is some scammers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now I have no questions. And then if I do, if I have questions, I'm almost probably being combative about it because I'm already have a preconceived idea. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's important too, to realize that being being just honest allows people, you being your authentic self, helps people be emotionally safe even around you. Let's just even say, think about on the emotional safety side, you're somewhere random, right? Out in public and not at an event. Let's just say we're walking our dog and I'm walking to the ice cream shop.
Right.
And it just so happens to be, little Bobby right there or whatever the situation is. Let's just say I'm creating a whole scenario. Let's just say it just starts pouring down, hailing.
Okay.
It is hailing. Okay. And it's you and him on this sidewalk.
Okay.
But there's a big awning that we can get up under and kind of be safe, real quick as this passes by.
Right.
You could almost feel so emotionally unsafe just because of whatever he really is that could be jumping off the page. And you choose to get busted in the head with the hail balls. Because do you get what I'm saying? It's like you're choosing not to even seek cover with this particular person because you don't even feel safe with them. But there's danger out here.
Well, it's like pick your poison in that
that's
situation.
Right. I'm just giving out scenarios on just emotional safety because sometimes maybe that situation I probably felt really safe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like somebody come running with a gun. Like I'm always with a crazy ass scenario. Okay. You're running down the street and somebody running with a gun and the lady open the door and say, "Run in my house." Are you going to run in our house? Or are you going to keep running down the street? I'm running in the house.
Oh.
Emotional sake, because I don't know. You get what I'm saying? There's so many different ways you can go with I'm not emotionally safe.
Yeah.
Or I am emotionally safe. And I don't even really know why I'm feeling safe with this random stranger.
And even, you mentioned what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Where in the world, not is Carmen Sandiego, but where in the world can we feel emotionally safe when we have, first of all, AI?
Yes.
And fake, like literal
fake news, propaganda.
There wasn't fake news before Fox News, but there's fake news since Fox News. And then now with AI, anybody can make anything and it look real. Case in point, quick sidebar. My friend, I was calling about the eggs, she has a mentor that's in Dubai. Over here, and she has children in the U.S. So she's in Dubai, her family's in the U.S. They're calling her like, "Oh my gosh," when the war started in Iran. Are you okay? They bombed the Dubai airport. Nobody can get out. She's like, "What?" She's like, "I'm looking out my window. I can see the airport. It's fine." So what was we watching? What were we being told?
I don't know, because I know people that's actually working in Dubai and stuff. Like personally know.
Yeah, but so that's specifically the airport?
She was recording the whole thing. She can go on her page. She was in
I mean, that speaks to my point. Our point is like,
what is
who
real?
Can you trust? What's real? That's why you got to know yourself.
That's really what it ultimately goes down to, is because my discernment is definitely greater than, in my opinion, the fleeting of the emotions. I do feel like you should have emotional safety, but it has to have some kind of foundation and like anchor. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it has to be anchored into truly who you are.
Right.
Because your emotional safety means that it will be fleeting because you have no idea who you are.
Yeah.
So you're going into situations, misconstruing conversations, completely not aware of really what is happening. You are not able to read the room in any capacity because you can't even read yourself. So you walking around saying, I'm unsafe. I think about that video of the crazy Karen lady in the Victoria's Secret. And do you remember that video?
Yes.
And she was, stop recording. You know what I'm saying? And she kept saying, I'm unsafe. You get what I'm saying? So mental illness because that's clearly what she was experiencing. If you remember the video,
because racism is a mental illness.
It is. But you seen, if you remember the video, she was sprawled out, screaming to the top of her lungs. All of the things. So nothing about the scenario, because it was recorded on so many different angles by different people who were involved, not involved. Nobody was bothering you. Nobody touched you. Nobody was talking to you. You felt like this lady was following you because she was on her FaceTime having a conversation with her people.
Mm-hmm.
And you automatically assuming that I'm recording you. Mm-hmm. So your emotional safety has become unsafe because you're unaware of really what is happening. Mm-hmm. So that's a thing.
That is a thing. So what's a time for you, what's your experience regarding emotional safety, either having it, not having it?
I think definitely having it. I always go back to my daddy, like growing up with my father in the household, having my mother and father. Mm-hmm. I think that, and I think that when people hear that, it's like, oh, that means that life was just so great. It doesn't mean that. It just means that I did have a 2-parent household, but I just remember because he was there, it was 2 different emotional creatures. You have a woman and you have a man. You get what I'm saying? So I was getting both. He was definitely not, he was a man. 100, everything that you think of what a man is, as far as like that masculine and all, how they say, don't be crying and all of the things. I don't think that he ever really like, walked around like that.
The energy.
But he 100% exuded that. But I think he was very, very vulnerable. And I mean, definitely with me, like I was his baby girl. So I just think back onto conversations where, okay, I'm going to give you this story. Okay, so I remember my mother and father was getting a divorce, or they were breaking up, or whatever the situation was. I'm pretty young at this point. I'm like probably like six. I'm in that 5-6 range. Okay, I remember this vividly. And we didn't celebrate holidays and all of the things like that, but my daddy did. He wanted to celebrate the things. My mother did not want to celebrate the things. She was like, I'm buying things all year, all the days. We don't need to pick one holiday and just say, oh, you so great. That's just what she felt. My daddy was complete opposite of that. There was a Christmas tree. There was an Easter basket. There was a Halloween outfit, all of the things. But he snuck to do it. The Christmas, okay, we did do that out loud, but all that other stuff, he snuck to do it. So they broke up, didn't know anything about it. I'm a kid. Why would I know anything about this? All I know is daddy is not there. And all I know is that I'm being instructed. She didn't tell me directly. She told the siblings to make sure that they drove it in me to not open the door for him.
Okay.
And so I'm like, my siblings is telling me this. And I'm like, no, okay. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember
you're 6.
I'm 6. I'm a little kid. So they driving it in me. They trying to threaten me, all of the things, right? I'm not comprehending what's going on. All I know is daddy came through a rock at the window. I was so happy to be in the kitchen by myself. My siblings are supposed to be watching me. They're older. I'm like super little. So they doing grown up sibling stuff. Somebody's on the porch, somebody's in their bedroom, somebody's listening to music, all of the things. So I opened up the lock. I go out. Now, the way we lived in a 2-family. So, our entrance was in the backyard and then you came up the stairs. So it was that hallway.
Yeah.
So I just sat in the hallway. When we sat in the hallway for like 2 hours, he gave me it was about to be Halloween. And he gave me all of the Halloween costumes for all of the kids, for all of my siblings. And I just remember my mother finding out, and I really felt a way, like, about her. Mm-hmm. Like, why are you trying to keep my father away from me? And he knew that I would probably really like, be on my daddy's side. And I remember him having a conversation with me and talking to me like I was a big girl, because he used to sit me on his lap and he would be like, "We need to have a conversation, T-Tot." And we had a conversation about him not being a good man to my mother. And he knew what kind of man he was. He knew what he was doing wrong. He was very much aware of that. This was not a man that did not know. 100%. Now, why he wasn't making executive decisions to change, that is him and his maker conversation. But he was very much aware. And in that conversation, it made me feel safe to be able to support both of them.
Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
It also explains a little more your
my reverence for men.
Yeah.
She always I love
always
men. Shout out to Shalina.
She stick up for the man.
Shout out to Diary Queen.
I'm like, why you always sticking up for them?
She be like, 'cause you know how we got a hoe. I'm like, honey, 'cause the love is real. Okay?
I mean, I'm not saying the love ain't real. I love men too, but not to the point where it's just they are the bee's knees, because they ain't. Just like, I mean, everybody ain't, right? But especially them up.
I think, listen, and see, that's the thing. I'm like, men are the cherry.
I like men, but there are a lot of humans out here saying they're men and dressing like men and thinking that they're behaving like men, and they are children.
Absolutely. I don't even rock with those kind of people.
They are, well, that's what, right. So I get that, but it's like,
because you almost gotta like, somebody just posted on Twitter and said, literally, he said something stupid. I said, stop clicking on these people pages. The guy posted and said, he literally posted and said, women don't really menstruate in no capacity. The monthly blood flow that is coming out every single month is fake. It is not real. And he said something else. It was just really ridiculous. And I'm like, can we stop even retweeting the stupidity and saying that it's stupid? Because I feel like we all it's contagious and it's rubbing off on us. I said, please take them people and put them on the island. And that's how I feel about the fake men, the fake women, the fake, everybody who's fake and operating completely outside of authenticity. Get your ass to the island.
Go to the island.
Even them ungrateful kids, get your ass to the island. I don't care what she is. If you ain't operating at core at what we need to be doing, period, we need to put them on the island. Yeah. So that's how I feel about the men who ain't.
But like, you do feel, but to your point is
emotional safety.
You find emotional safety in men, not all men, but you have a great core of. You got a core of CORE and CORPS, a core of male figures in your life. Like love you long time.
Yeah.
Love you long time.
I cannot.
On several levels, romantically, familially, friendlyly.
But you know what? That probably is true. Is because growing up, that's who I probably gravitated towards more. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of feeling.
And I would say too, like I felt safety amongst boys, like growing up, boys more than girls.
I surely did.
Girls will pick on you and fuck with you,
and they will you know what, they will tear you. It's really crazy, because when I was sitting watching Mean Girls on the Investigation Discovery Channel, go ahead and sponsor us,
please.
But literally, Mean Girls, watching them stories, it's triggering. Now listen, I ain't never been in no crazy situation where somebody was trying to kill me,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But for it to get to that point,
or like on the show, what's the show we saw on? I think it's on the Netflix, His and Hers. Is that the name?
Oh yeah,
where the girl got raped and they're just sitting there like, oh, he eating popcorn. Come on, okay.
But that's the thing. Girls can be very, 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 very vindictive, and I think that as much as we really be like, men are scary, I really do feel like women are scary, because you will take it. A man that's coming to rape me is coming to kill me. That's what he's coming to do. I don't know what you coming to do. You coming and dressed as.
So you saying the women are the bear?
I'm saying you the wolf in sheep's clothing.
I mean, women are the men, and the man is the bear. You saying you know what a man is gonna do, but you don't know what a woman is gonna do?
Listen, a psychopathic man that wants to rape you, control you, manipulate you. You see the red flags. You see all of it. He comes dressed in that outfit. You just liked him. Her, you wasn't even aware. You was completely oblivious. She came in with the sheep clothing and you was like, oh, she's a sheep. Oh my God, all of the things. And she infiltrated the crew so well and stayed there. And then here you go, you know what I'm saying, 11 years later, she done stabbed you in your forehead. What's that? It's a girl going on TikTok right now. She's like, I miss my face because I don't know if it was a cousin or her best friend stabbed her all in her face because of a man. Her boyfriend. You sleeping with my boyfriend, you gonna stab me in my face. Her face is, you know, she had to get it reconstructed. So my point is that I'm not saying all women are bad, all men are bad, but when
all
it comes
psychopaths are bad.
Emotional safety, you have to have some kind of regulation and anchor in your life to be able to recognize when these things come about. Discernment is way more than I feel. It's not even a feeling. It is a action. Discernment really makes you take action. Because that's why you get to the place of like, I can't.
Well, I'll say my discernment, like the biggest antenna I have is my body, like how I feel. Because my mind, I'll let my mind trick me out of my safety.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
So when you got that discernment and it's anchored, you know, you're able to kind of see, you know, the ladies who are not trying to be your friends, or the men who are not trying to be your lovers, or the business people who are not trying to be in business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever dynamic it is, you're able to actually witness it and actually pivot accordingly.
I think my experience like around this is more so, I think like I mentioned earlier about feeling safe as myself in any space.
Any scenario.
Yeah. Cause that has been like a difficult thing for me just in my life growing up. And it's funny, my son we just had a conversation about him. He actually was like, I love how he said, I love how you, I'm paraphrasing, I love how you just don't care. Like, you just don't care. You just are you and da da da. I'm like, it took a minute
to be this.
And even if I'm giving off to you, like you're seeing that I don't care, like I still care.
Yeah.
There's still a voice in there that's like, oh, she's looking at you, he's looking at you, or he's not looking at you, or he's looking at her.
Yeah.
She looking at, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my clothes, oh, my face, my hair, all that stuff. Like, being self-conscious. Like that. Oh, that is debilitating.
It is. And it will, you said the word, debilitating.
Yeah. It has kept me from a number of opportunities because I've been scared and feeling unworthy because it's a negative recording in my head, like you're not enough.
Yeah.
You don't have the right clothes, you don't have the right, they look like this, that's not how you look. And this has just been an overarching, like I've been wearing that coat, the jacket, the hat, the shoes, the belt, all of that, and
dressed in it.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I had to really develop that, and a lot of us don't become aware enough to develop your own personal, like internal emotional safety.
And you know what? And that goes into
what? Look at your microphone. I just want to make sure. Yeah.
It doesn't. It really puts you in a position where. Okay, let me say it this way. I think it's important. That's why I feel like it's important for us to really, if you have young kids, like if you are a new parent and your child is under 5 years old, they shouldn't even know what a phone is.
I agree.
Should not.
Or a tablet.
A tablet. They shouldn't know what any of that is. The reason why is because it actually curves really the true authentic person in them, because they're being fed on what to like. You know what I'm saying? They're being fed on what's popular versus sometimes you can see certain children that did not grow up with social media.
Us.
You know what I'm saying? We're not children.
Oh, no, we're not children. But we're children
yes,
of an era.
But I just mean like now, like you can just tell who, like what kind of household certain people are coming from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Certain kids, when you encounter, it's like, oh, okay, you know, you probably are being, you know, kind of watched with a tablet. And it works. It's great. It's a great asset and resource and tool. But I do not think that it needs to be something that I'm constantly giving you, because you don't have the ability to be aware of self and discernment and your emotions, because you don't know who you are.
Well, I think it's more of you're highly impressionable, because I think we come here knowing exactly who we are, but we're so open and impressionable as babies, as children, that everything that comes to us, that's put in front of us, we absorb that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's in the household, on TV, outside
Mm-hmm.
with friends at school, etc. So, but I still agree that whatever is, like, you don't need to be exposed to everything. But I just slightly push back on, like, we don't know who we are. I think we do know who we are, and that knowing gets corrupted and erased or replaced by societal programming.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely understand what you're saying on that aspect. I just in my heart, I really do feel like we don't know, but I just feel like whether we do or we don't, let's limit on putting so much in front of these children when they have such impressionable minds. We know they are impressionable. So that's literally like telling a 5-year-old to sit there and watch a porn.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what are we talking? They are not processing even what the fuck is going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So half of us adults don't know what's going on. Let's be clear.
That's what I was just thinking. Because all these people having kids, making kids, having kids, they don't even know. Like, okay, it is another topic. Briefly here, tangentially speaking, the parents and family members who have the kids in the car, they smoking weed.
That's insane.
They listening to in the butt, in the you know,
all of the things.
And no car seat, no seat belt, just
reckless driving,
reckless behavior, inebriated, all the things. I mean, even me, I'm guilty of a modicum of that, as, you know, me as a mother in my 20s, bringing my young kid around with me to the adult parties, because everybody's got kids, but we're kicking it and the kids are like right there. We may say, oh, y'all go over there. They still,
they're in the community, because growing up we weren't even allowed to be, when we didn't have, like, you know, parties and dinner parties, and it was people coming over all the time. But when we did have company and my aunts and uncles would come in and, you know, all of the things, we weren't even in the house. Like, you know, you couldn't even physically be in the building. Like, you had to go outside. And then as soon as you did come in the house, everything got quiet. What you want?
Right.
Nobody said anything else. It's like, you want another juice box? Okay, grab the juice and go head on.
Right.
And if you come back in this house, you're going to bed.
Right.
It's a bath waiting for you, nice, beautiful pajamas, a little cup of milk, and good night, big baby. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we had certain boundaries.
That's different. I was not raised like that.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't at the party. Not to say.
I get what you're saying.
Well, just like, because to me, how you describe that structure that you had reminds me of the Cosby Show. Now I was raised on the.
There.
I was raised
because people was on drugs and doing. See what I'm saying? But that's why I said just because it's a 2-family household don't necessarily mean.
But you had that structure. You had a bedtime, you had dinner time, honey, you woke up,
all of the things.
You got dressed.
Absolutely.
I'm sure your mother was like one of those ones where what they say. The baby has to wake up at a certain time. You got to put clothes on the baby, like the baby, so the baby knows it's time to be up. It's time to be productive. You know, that type of thing. That was versus like, oh, let's just roll around all day in the house shoes and sidebar. The house shoes that look like not the paws, they look like hairy, like when you take your dog to the groomer and you get it all shaved off and you purposely leave that little tuft of hair around so it kind of looks like a shoe. The house shoes that look like that.
Are you talking about the Uggs?
And nope, not Uggs. They're just, it's like slippers with a lot of fur.
Okay. You don't like
and then them. It doesn't, no. As a house shoe, fine. Wear it in the house. But then when you come outside.
Well, that's
in the rain, in the snow, in the dirtiness of the city, and you walking on the bus. Because I bet you if you wearing them house shoes on the bus, you wearing them house shoes in your bedroom.
That's insane.
And that's insane.
That's diabolical living, and I don't want to be friends with nobody like that.
I feel emotionally unsafe.
Look, I was like, I don't even want to be friends. I don't want to be associated with you if that's how you're the way of living. Okay.
Oh my gosh. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that structure creates that safety. I can see
it does. Yeah. I think so. And then
because you know your boundaries.
Yeah, I definitely know my boundaries. I think too, like, okay, so I was thinking about this. We were talking about it, genetically modified food.
Right.
I can't even feel emotionally safe around my food.
It is hard to feel emotionally safe about food.
You don't even know what you're eating.
Girl,
it's like, Lord, like you triple plan. I understand you say God is good, God is great. I know what your little 1-2 prayer. But I'm over here like Jesus, the blood of Jesus.
You have to definitely pray on your food. I keep forgetting, but I'm going to become more intentional about that because what else are we going to eat? Everything is poisoned. Everything is modified. Everything is, just not good for you. It's got plastic in it. It's just not real.
The girl she posted and I said, that is so true. And I reposted it and she was like, as far as clothes go, she said, if it's not cotton, she said, if it's not linen, if it's not leather,
right?
If it's not silk, it's plastic.
It's plastic.
And I was like, when you think about it, everything is polyester, everything is nylon.
Yep.
Everything is. I was even going through just my feminine items, you know what I'm saying? Just your undergarments and your bras and your panties and all your intimate things. I'm like, I want to throw it all in the trash. Mm-hmm. And I got brand new stuff that I ain't never worn ever. But I'm sitting here thinking like, a lot of it is not cotton, especially the bras. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there is, and I feel like too, as I'm getting older, I have eczema and my eczema has been acting up. It is so important for me to be so aware of everything that I'm putting on my skin. Every single thing. And one thing I noticed that is extremely irritating as soon as I put it on is my bras. Every last one of them. None of them are cotton. I went through every last one of them. I'm like, you gotta be me.
Right.
And then you have like your favorite too that you probably wear all every day, as much as you possibly can, that they don't stink.
Right. It's the most comfortable.
It's the most comfortable. Even that bra
I meant to mention a bra in the catch-up portion of this program because I realized I need better bras.
It's horrible. I'm like, just throw it in the trash because now I'm literally scratching out. Like, it's itching. Like, the bra is like this. I don't like it here.
So do you have a lot of the stretchy ones
I have a lot of a variety.
Okay.
I got a lot of variety, and they all lay cotton.
Yeah.
They're not breathable. It don't seem. I bought it all, y'all.
So where can we find safety?
You know what? We're gonna have a safety community. Where's the safety underwear? Send us an email.
Oh,
where
yeah,
are you
that's
buying?
what I was gonna say.
Where are you buying your bras and your underwear?
And listen, if you are a company that makes all cotton, all natural fiber undergarments, send them over here. Send us an email. tnt.the.podcast.com. Anyway, I said it wrong, but it's right
it's
up
okay.
here.
Yeah, I'm like, read it off the screen. She like tt.pop. Like that ain't what it is, but it's okay.
We need some breathable undergarments as well as overgarments, but we can begin with the under things. Thank you.
I think I'm over here making a lot of noise, but I reposition my mic. But yeah, no. So definitely, being emotionally safe is very, very important. Mm-hmm. And I think we all should stop and think about it and say to ourselves, what does that look like for me?
Yeah.
And what do you also want it to look like? Even ask yourselves before you even get into these relationships, period. This goes for men too. What do you want your emotional safety to look like? Mm-hmm. What is that? The podcast that it's always like 75 people on the stage and they be in the audience.
Tonight's conversation.
Yep.
TC.
And shout out to
who?
Yeah, go ahead.
What? I was about to say Keita Rose. She's no longer a part of the program, but I love her.
So that is my girl. Love her too. But why was I bringing that up? The podcast. They said
emotional safety.
Emotional safety. The guy ended up asking the question of what are some characteristics about women that I should steer clear from? And I didn't hear what the real issue was. But I heard the one girl's response, and her response was the way she said to me that he was dealing with somebody that is like violent or like very, very combative, I would say. And she was like, that is like the key thing to run from for a woman, period. He was like, as a woman, we really know, especially a man that loves us, like we know kind of where your buttons are. I could poke the bear. I know where to poke you. Mm-hmm. I know what really to get you going. If you since we as natural creatures like that, if you dealing with somebody who's intentionally combative, it's gonna turn very, very toxic, violent, ugly, very, very quick. Mm-hmm. And she was explaining to him about, being men and that you need to make executive decision about what kind of woman you want in your space. Like just because she cute, the cute of it all, but then you don't realize that she's over here calling you out your name, saying crazy, smart comments. I feel like when women do feel very comfortable to be very, very combative and like aggressive with men, that is a problem to me because I'm like, we already are saying that they scary, right? Y'all done put up a whole, I feel like movement.
Men?
Yeah, that
men are scary.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody can be scary. That's my point. So I'm saying is that for we to put up this monarchy of
but women are killing women.
Right, okay, let me make my point. So if we're saying that men are scary and all of these things, right? Why are you actually like in?
I don't think those women are saying that. Those women are saying niggas is bitches. They the ones being like, I run them. Mm-hmm. That's what I would say that they're thinking. But I'm sorry.
But that's combative, and that's a problem, and that's why your head is knocked against the wall. Let's be clear.
That's not funny.
It is what it is, because the reality of it is that you gon' really get what you give. It maybe ain't right. Maybe he don't need to knock you between the freaking refrigerator and the wall, but your ass talking too much. And you in my face. And you over here doing all this. I am not talking about a woman who feels as though that this man is not her man, because as a woman, I'm gonna just leave. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna call you out your name. I'm not talking about this is what he's doing to you. I'm talking about this is what you're doing to him because of whatever you got going on.
Right.
So I'm saying it on the woman's side, just as much as we want, because we are raising sons and daughters. We're not just raising girls. The boys got to be raised too, right?
Oh,
definitely, you got a son.
Definitely.
Okay, so it's imperative for him to be safe when he's dealing with whoever he's dealing with.
Absolutely.
So we want to give him the comfortability to say, no, baby girl, you can go head on.
Oh, he already, you know what I'm saying?
But 100%.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Understood. But we talking about the masses that are walking around here, even on these tip switches.
Yeah, I agree. Men
girls
need
jumping
to know.
Up. The girls are getting up, smacking the little young boys because that's how they making the money. I mean, like on the streaming services, I be seeing it. These girls, they get on these.
I am unaware.
The only reason I know is because it comes on the little Twitter feed. Yeah. And so you see little Johnny Smith, I don't know these people's name, little Johnny Smith, and it's the Twitch, right? Twitch. They stream all day long, all of the days. Okay. So they'll have 75 women drinking, smoking, drugging, whatever they doing. I mean, it's on the TV.
I'm just...
And they literally, then the girls are feeling some kind of way. And so now she's smacking him, and she, like, the girl done got knocked off the boat. The girl that got beat up on the boat. This is what I'm saying. These things are happening regularly because we are putting ourselves in situations that you don't need to be in. Let's be clear. Half of the time, we already know we don't need to be there. You got to think about it. You don't really know these men, but you're going to go to the event on live stream and get drunk as hell. Somebody in your life should be telling you, okay, well, maybe I ain't saying we all going to do what we want to do, but we need to wheel it in. Let's not put ourselves in that situation where now your head, now I got to come and shoot him dead because he done knocked my baby girl into the wall. You get what I'm saying? Like, please don't put me in a situation that I got to go to jail for the rest of my life because I don't want to be there. Right. I really do not want to go to jail forever because you are not making safe executive decisions and being aware that, hey, I'm not a drinker. I understand that this environment is producing that. I have a decision to make. Am I completely impressionable to the point where I am going to drink even though I can't? Or am I going to be capable of being in this environment and not drink and not feel peer pressure to do that? Or am I going to just not go?
Right.
We have many options. We don't think like that. They don't tell us to think like that. That's why we're talking about emotional safety, because we're not having the conversations to make you stop and think.
That's right.
That's it. Reflect on the fact that I did hear that he is very aggressive with women. I may not necessarily want to be in the same setting as him.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
because
I've been thinking about that when Rico was here. I was talking about Crip Mac.
Okay.
Shout out to Crip Mac, but he gives off insane.
And I have no idea who Crip Mac is.
He 55th Street. Shout out. Anyway, I was watching, what's his name? Skin Bones on Instagram, YouTube, and all the likes. He interviewed Crip Mac. Crip Mac started talking about baby oil and, you use this on the girl and you da-da and you da-da. I'm not going to say what he said.
All of the da-da.
And I was like, you could never, I find him to be fascinating, but you could never find me alone
with him,
with that one.
That type of energy.
Yeah. See, and like ain't no getting away from that one.
I was about to say, and that's your discernment saying, nope.
As fun as I think it may be to be in the same room.
Would you do it if it was a bunch of people? Let's just say
that would be safer.
Okay.
That would be safer.
Okay.
That would be safer. I would go to, like, if he was doing a show, some kind of performance.
Got you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Not in an intimate setting at all. Because you never know. First of all, he a Crip. You never know what's going to jump off when you know you're in the room with a gang member.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, completely still fascinating, but I'm good with there being a whole digital world between he and I, because he seems insane, but he's hilarious, but insane.
Okay.
So that's just my example.
So, like, I mean, just of having the ability to have the discernment to be able to make executive decisions because your spirit is saying, no.
Listen to that voice inside. And I think that might be the bomb.
I honestly think so, because what are we saying?
Yeah. I mean, know who you are, one. Trust your instincts. And sometimes that's not what your mind is saying.
That's what I'm saying. I was going to say, be quiet.
Yeah.
Pause. Let's not get on the phone with your girl and ask her where she wearing. Let's not scroll on TikTok that now you done got the video that encouraged you to go. You get what I'm saying? It's like, and you still uneasy about it. Get silent. Get deeply silent before you make certain decisions that you know could possibly alter things. I know such and such is going to be there.
Right.
I know they're going to be there. I know whatever the situation is like, this is not healthy for me. Pause. And because I honestly feel like your spirit is going to tell you. It's going to say, no, don't even go. It's going to get to the point where, because once you continuously keep doing it, it becomes easier to listen to.
Right.
And you're not feeling guilty or conflicted that maybe I should go, dang, I don't want to disappoint her, because we always thinking about disappointing somebody else's feelings.
Right.
When the reality of it is that your feelings is on the chopping block and you threw them to the wolves and said, I'm going to go and appease you. And now you're in a situation that does not serve you.
Yeah. You're not safe. So let us know, what are the things that you do for yourself so that you feel safe emotionally and physically or whatever. How does that show up for you in your life? Please drop us a comment below this video. Also, send us an email if you want to keep it between us. Okay. Send an email, tnt.the.pod. It may be wrong what I just said, but don't listen to me. Just read the words up here.
Make sure you leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share the video.
And then see what your friends say, about this particular issue, discernment, emotional safety. Tell us what your friends are talking about. How is that popping off in your circle?
Absolutely. I definitely want to hear your take on what that looks like for you, and incorporate different scenarios, and that way give us some stories so we can give a little feedback. But I do want to leave you with this. Don't be scared to take action.
Right.
So if you are in an unsafe space, unsafe situation, maybe you did do all of the things. You did all of the quietness.
Exactly.
You did all of the meditations. You praised to the Lord God Almighty, all of the things, and you still went and you still found yourself in an unsafe space. Take action. Don't be afraid to take action. I think that should be like, no matter what, take action. I can leave here. I can go. Pull in the driveway, realize I don't like the fact that one of the blinds is messed up. Roll on, big boy. Roll on.
Yep. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us here on the program today.
Shout out to you, Bombshells. We appreciate you listening to the TNT podcast. I am T.
I'm TC.
And we'll see you next time.